but I see me frozen over here. Well, anyway, you got double trouble tonight.
All right.
Yeah, bring it on, baby.
Daria is listening, but she's in a parking lot at an amusement park, and so she just said to let everybody know she is listening.
We can see her.
Hi.
We can see you, Daria.
Oh, good.
All right, welcome everybody. We are live. This is Kathy Hellwig, and we are about to do our Prosperity Mastermind. And this is our 4th week. And wow, what a ride this has been, hasn't it? You know, first of all, let me do a couple of announcements. I'm sure you all are aware, and you were probably there on Isagenix Live Celebration 2020, and learned all about Isagenix 2.0. And if you weren't there and you want to go back and watch it, or if you want to go back and rewatch it, or if you missed some of the breakouts, the place to go is www.celebrationlive2020.com. And you can rewatch everything, and I highly recommend it because, oh my gosh, you know, we have a new product called Whole Blend. We've got Emily Vavra delivered an amazing keynote. Kathy Coover's panel with Lindsay Hofberg, Zach Slobin, and Susan Sly, phenomenal. Breakout sessions. We've got a new app that I'm really excited about. I've been playing with it all afternoon called
Penny.
Yeah. And but there's lots of breakout sessions. So, you know, take the time this week to watch those. And so let's just do a couple of quick shares for those people who saw Celebration. What would you like to share that was really impactful to you? Judy.
Yeah, well, I thought Emily was just unbelievable. But Eric sharing the 2.0 and the elegance and the excellence and the, I mean, we are just over it. And the fact that we're with that new product, even just looking at the prices, we've got the European glamour, and it's just that the artwork for the new logo and the technology. And I mean, I can't believe I'm going to have a virtual assistant. I just have to learn this technology. It was just an amazing, I've been with a lot of corporations, but this was over the top. And Eric, with his Harvard and his London and with his passion, he is, Kathy and Jim can retire.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal leader.
Madeline.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like I had joined a new company, you know, Isagenix 2.0. I mean, I really did. Just even how we're approaching people now. I love the fact that it's the art of wellness rather than we're talking about weight loss or we're talking about performance or any of those things, the art of wellness. And you think about, you know, they even have a video on, you know, what is the art of wellness? So it has me just even thinking a whole different mindset around when I'm drinking my shake or Bionics or any of those things. So I thought that was pretty fantastic. And the panel with, Lindsay and Zach and those guys, that panel was amazing. So if you missed it, definitely go back. I highly recommend go back. I'm going to go back and watch specific things too. I was writing notes the whole time, but there was a few nuggets that I just couldn't catch, and I couldn't pause it. It wouldn't let me. So I'm going to go back.
If anybody wants to share.
Yeah, I'm just excited, you know, after all that, because of that, you know, Isagenix 2.0, which is really like a great start for everybody. And of course, I'm excited about IME 2.0 and each of you 2.0 because we are upgrading ourselves. And so I'm excited. And they've provided us with a platform to do that, you know, with just the belief that you know, our products, and then the fact that they also want to unite the two companies so that both families will feel it's their home. So
Yeah, I know
I
it.
just want to share a really quick thing too. Like, it made me nervous. I have to say that, you know, I had that kind of sense of stomach, because I know that what's next, they said that over the 18 months, they're going to keep revealing. So if you are allergic to change, woo! If you're allergic to change, you like consistency, you want to be accountable, you know, like all that stuff. I know that for me, I just have to put that aside a little bit and know that my 5 senses that I'm looking at my world right now are not who I am or who I can be. And we're going to talk a little bit further about that idea, because that came up in Dave's call today. And I see how much it is a resource for me now, rather than using my 5 senses to say, you know, like my life is whatever it is and not all good, right? Or I was sitting outside and we were having breakfast while we were listening to Emily Vavra. And I was sitting going, oh God, I'm just like, she like put me on the spot, you know, she didn't even know it. It's like she called me out, right? And it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be actually a beautiful thing. And for me to use my 5 senses to confirm that my reality right now isn't the reality I'm living into, right? I get to use those 5 senses to confirm I can live into a reality that I'm going to generate and create myself. So
That's awesome. Well, so how many of you saw Dave's call this morning?
Except the doctor.
Okay. So, you know, I just can't emphasize enough how important it is those Monday morning calls are. And I understand if you can't be on them at that time, just make sure that you watch them. They are doing the Facebook Lives with that call on the Forever Pack group. It's not Forever Pack Business Group, it's Forever Pack Group. And you can go back and watch it on that group. You may have to scroll down to find it, but I highly recommend that you do it. You know, there's not a single one I've seen that hasn't been valuable and given me just something that really moved me, you know, and helped to change my mindset. So,
be delusional.
Pardon?
He said, be delusional.
Exactly. So, so let's go into a little bit of that. Because, you know, we've got a template. So what's the template for?
Freedom Day.
To create a new identity, right?
To create a new identity, yes.
Yeah.
And he talked a lot about that today.
Yeah. And it's to upgrade yourself. You 2.0, like Amy was saying. So, and you know, I've heard many times over the years, people saying you have to re-recruit yourself every morning. Well, what is the template if it's not re-recruiting yourself, right? Mm-hmm. It's the tool. It's all you really need. We just need to make sure we've got that template in place, right? So let's create consistency around it, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about that template. What the assignment for last week was to complete numbers 2 and 3 on that template. Who would like to share what they have for number 2? Marcia.
My customers are amazing. They are excited about the products and have achieved such fantastic results that others are noticing. They can't imagine how people, I can't read my writing, how people are joining them on their journey and enjoy the attention and getting their products paid for and can expand their ISA pantry.
So how do you feel when you're reading that?
I'm excited.
Good.
I know, I mean, I'm reading it, but I haven't read it like 6 times, so I can
Yeah. And I'm just going to suggest that you put a few little words at the very beginning of that.
okay.
I am so happy and grateful that.
Well, I'll do that. I didn't hear Dave say that when I listened to number 8.
Okay. Well, he's said it since then.
Actually,
So-
it's on the template, guys. It's right underneath. After 1,
Yeah.
2, and 3, it says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. And then that's how you start your sections.
Yeah. All right, Judy.
Yes, I am so happy and grateful now that my customers are attracting passionate business builders who have big dreams and desire to be successful and live the life they love. They are excited and growing in their dedication to playing full out, attending events and trainings, and becoming masters at enrollment and implementation by participating in calls and practicing the tools available to them. They love and use the products and are advancing to Crystal executives with ease and purpose.
Awesome. So Judy, do you have number 3 or number 3 as well?
Yeah, this is from the organization, right?
Yes.
I am so happy and grateful now that my organization is enrolling their own business builders, experiencing abundance and wealth, and are fulfilled, making a difference in the lives of their families and others. They're implementing all the skills, insights, and knowledge they gained from the top leaders presenting at Isagenix Virtual Conference. That's what I called it. They're committed to traveling with me to events and building internationally on the journey of us becoming millionaires and winning Isagenix awards.
Love it. Anybody else want to top that one? Yeah,
I
you
mean,
did great.
what's her face? Emily, she just ignited me. She was just, she was all over the place, but everything came out of her was so authentic and so real. And she's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I mean, she's just, I knew her back in Minneapolis I think Sarah, when you and Bill were there that time, they were just starting out, her and her husband, and wow.
Yeah. She's come a long way, huh?
I'd like to share my customer one.
And
Okay.
I'm stealing Judy's, so I
Yeah.
just copied what she wrote.
Ariana, go ahead.
Yeah, so my customer one is, I'm so happy and grateful now that my customers love how they feel consuming their Isagenix products. They're energized, in action, and committed to an Isagenix healthy lifestyle for the rest of their life. Because they are now an example of the art of well-being, they naturally enroll their friends and family. Everyone gets their products paid for because they all have an ISA pantry and are excited about their life again.
Oh, love it.
I'm going to change mine a little bit because I am so happy about Penny. Oh my God, she's going to help me a lot. And I'm going to learn the technology, and she is going to be doing it for me. All I have to do is learn the technology and let her rip.
Yeah, Penny's awesome. They've got a few little
Glitches still.
glitches. Because I've been messaging back and forth, noticing things and stuff, and so they're giving feedback to the tech people and letting me know what's not working and that it will be and things like that. So,
Well, as Ariana knows, technology is going to be the key for my ease. I want to do it with purpose and ease and fun, have that date night, and this is now a tool that, wow, I'm going to have fun with.
yeah.
Penny, have you got my schedule for today? Oh, thank you, darling. You are so sweet.
Love it. All right. So, Ariana, you had mentioned already the 5 senses. You want to elaborate on that? And what Dave and Carrie were talking about with that?
Yeah, it was one of those kind of oh, what? You mean I can use my 5 senses to support my goals, my new identity, like what I'm looking at, my template? I was like, it was one of those aha moments. In fact, I had a few of them today. I actually said to Jay, you have to listen. Like, I've been listening to like 30 of them, right? I said, you have to listen to Dave's call today. And it really was in an atmosphere that was outside a stratosphere that I function in. But when Carrie brought in the idea of using your 5 senses, most of the time I use them to confirm my current reality. I don't actually consider anything outside of my 5 senses as anything more than this is my reality, right? And she created this possibility that what if you could use your 5 senses, not to confirm what you already know, right? But to bring in towards your new identity. So when you have a moment that the stoplight goes on, right? The big stoplight goes in my hand and I go, oh my gosh, I have to stop. So how do you reconnect to your vision again? Well, you can do your cards. What if though, you took your 5 senses and take the first sense and you can make it whichever order you want to. I'm going to do sight first. What if you went and took a moment and said, what are 4 things that I can be grateful for? And you name them as you look right where you are, or you need to go outside, because I usually go to nature when I look to see things that are really already perfect, whole and complete. I don't have to fix, right? So you go and you name the 4 things that you see, and then name 3 things that you can hear. So maybe music is one of them, birds singing, the laughter of somebody down the street, a friendly voice, right? And then you go to, well, what are 2 things that I can touch? And so you figure out, oh my gosh, I pet my cat, my cat is really comforting. Or I hold like a piece, like an apple in my hand, and that feels really good. It's like really grounding to have that apple. And then you can go to another sense, and you go into these senses not as a confirmation that your world you already know presently is what it is. Use your senses to bring yourself into your new identity. And I'm going to tell you, it's gold. When you have access to a tool like that, yeah, you're going to be walking on the floor that you're walking on. And we have like 25-year-old carpeting, it's like, in my mind, I want that new carpeting. And I can actually create for myself new carpeting if I take on that little exercise when I'm out of sync with my new identity. So I just love that. And Carrie said something really special. I just want to throw this in too. She said that while she and Dave he was building this new sense of his identity and going into the space for himself and the stuff that he talks about and the science of getting rich and all the ideas of that we're creators, and she said she was feeling kind of left out, and she started to recognize that he was moving here and she was still here. And she saw that there was this kind of a vacuum. She didn't use the word vacuum, but there was this distance between them. And she knew that she needed to kind of step into her own version of what he was doing. Not what he's doing. He's doing it because he's doing it for himself. But what would be her version of taking on her thoughts, taking on creating the identity that is the thing she wants to live into versus the one that she's present to that maybe isn't serving her right now. And she said it was a really big aha because she didn't want to be left behind. And I don't even know if you get left behind, but you just go into different spaces. So it was brilliant in hearing her talk about today. It was great. That part of the call is brilliant.
Madeline.
Yeah, I was listening to that too. And 2 things. One, you just gave me an idea, Ariana. You were talking about the apple. I was thinking about smelling the apple. When you slice it and you just get that fragrance in your senses. And smell, the sense of smell is so heightening for us, for human beings. So it's something we could even do. We could just kind of have a practice of what does our future smell like, So maybe it is like having that apple, or maybe it's getting one of the Isagenix essential oils like lemon or content. Yeah. Smelling it daily, right, that can kind of heighten us and just reaffirm what we're doing. That was just an idea I had about the senses. There we go, Ariana. I'm smelling it. I'm smelling it, watching her smell it.
Well, what emotional state has the highest frequency?
Isn't it joy?
Joy.
I think it's gratitude.
Gratitude?
Okay, joy's up there.
So as you're going through these senses and picking things out, you really want to step into that sense of gratitude for each and everything that you're doing, because sometimes we will actually go into that process with the five senses because we're not feeling quite on top of it, right? Like maybe,
Yeah, that's the point.
yeah, and you just want to bring yourself back up. And so gratitude is a great place to go. And I just love that process that Ariana just shared with us.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed hearing Carrie on the call today. Like, I love Dave. He's gold. But what was great, if you guys haven't listened to it, listen to Carrie, because she kind of takes apart some of the things why he's doing what he's doing. She kind of explains it a little bit differently than the way he would explain it.
From a woman.
Yeah, maybe that's why. And she's also a coach, right? And she's very much in tune to energy and that kind of thing. So I thought it was really great to just hear her perspective of why she does things. And so I recommend you guys listen to it. The other thing that he said that I thought was also interesting is you want your actions, you want to take a look and see, are your actions lining up to your new identity? So if the actions you're taking are not lining up to the new identity, you want to try to take some sort of action. So that's another one that I thought was pretty good too, because I know for me, I can say, I'm successful, blah, 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 whatever it is. But after I get off a phone call with someone and they say yes, oh my God, I'm like, yes, I am successful. This is all working, right? So that action is a key piece to shifting the identity. And it could be as simple as, on one of our power hours, you make 10 texts, right? You do 10 texts or 10 phone calls or something. But now you're feeling yourself in that action, in that identity. And so that's another key piece that we want to keep pulling ourselves to do.
Yeah, and using that five senses activity prior to picking up the phone or texting somebody, gold.
Yeah, I was on a call today with a new guy that I'm working with, and he's so excited. It's been 2 weeks. He dropped 18 pounds, and he said, and I talked to him more about the, you share, they share, and he's like, oh, I'm sharing, all right. He says, I don't want to do this business, but I'm sharing. And I'm like, great, we're going to get your products paid for, So it was a fun call to be on, and just a great reminder.
Madeline, I don't want to put you on the spot, but what is your customer profile? What is your number 2 on the template? Can you read it? Do you have it near you?
I don't have it in front of me, but I can generate it.
Okay.
So my customer profile is that people are excited to get these products in their system. They can feel a difference. And they are now creating this ISA pantry and getting results and sharing and getting their products paid for. That's kind of the basis of it.
Great.
Okay. I'm excited and grateful too.
Good. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to add about this morning's call?
Yeah, we talk about the fear and the negative emotions that we have versus gratitude, which is like the highest vibration, and the two can't occupy the same space in your mind. So, like if you concentrate on gratitude, then the fear will go away, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also, like I think with Dave, he said, pray without ceasing. Yes, we want to pray for a new reality that we, our dreams and goals, but like what Madeline was saying, that it's really action. So we need to do the heavy lifting, and that also will, reinforce the identity that we want to create for
And
ourselves.
you know what, I mean, it isn't even heavy lifting. It's just being alive, right? So if you care about something, if you're passionate about your focus with Isogenics as a vehicle, because I love the thing, and I don't know, Kathy, I might be stealing your thunder, but he did the Mark Twain quote. Everyone must be familiar with that one. Like, there's 2 days, the most important 2 days of your life: the day you're born, the day you figure out why. Dave MacArthur added a third, and I loved it because it just brought home what we're looking at. He said this: when you find the vehicle to be the expression of why you are here, and we all have a purpose. If we're creative, if you take the idea that the baseline is we're creative beings, then then we are always in an act of creating. And we're either creating things to move our life forward and to be of service to others, if that's one of our focuses. And I think everybody, if we were to look at everyone's passion in their why, it's to make a difference to other people. Because if we were just making a difference to ourselves, it's pretty easy. I could have a couch and the outdoors and a bar in my hand, and I'd be fine. Don't need to worry about anybody else. But I want to make a difference to more than just myself.
One other thing that I wanted to add on what I think Amy said it. Dave said, live your life as though God's already answered your prayers.
Mm-hmm.
And that really hit home because, some people think they have to just keep praying and praying and praying and praying and praying for the same thing. No, you pray for it and then you go and do the work, the mindset, you believe without doubt. You just act as if it's already there. It already is on its way. So you may as well act like it, right? So I love that.
Yeah, and can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
This goes back to the Isogenics training, the whatever it's called. I'm trying to blank. I'm so excited. Anyway, that one of the things, I think it was Zach, I don't remember who said it. Maybe it was Eric, that if we just focus on our people's success, that's really it. Just focus on how we can help them become successful rather than wondering, how am I going to be successful? And I love that, we're doing that template, right? And this is the part where we're talking about, we're the customers, we're the business builders, because really we make them successful, we help them, that everything else just falls into place. And I don't know about you, but I will always go the extra mile for someone else than for me. So if I make it about all of you, more will happen than if I make it about me. So, so I just wanted to bring that in there too, because that's also kind of what Dave was talking about.
Yeah. So what's next? Well, number 4. So you may have already started journaling the Freedom Day part of the template. And so by next week, what we want is that number 4 statement completed. And I think all of us, it would be a good idea for all of us to share what they wrote for the Freedom Day, But Dave suggested that you record yourself, reading or whatever it is that you're going to do. And he suggested using your phone as a selfie, record the phone, but you can also use the phone to record the words that you've written down so that when you go back to watch it, you're hearing it and you're reading it on the video, right? So it's.
How would you do that? Putting the words in there?
So you're using your phone, you're recording it, and your camera is on the words, on your template.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah. So forget the part about selfie. I was mistaken.
I understood him to say that you could video yourself too doing it. You could record it and video it.
Yeah. I just like the idea of recording the words so that when you go back to watch it, you're hearing it, but you're also seeing the words in the video.
The other thing with that, Kathy, and this goes way back, I think, in Landmark a long time ago, but doing mirror work, I put music on and I'm dancing, and then I'm getting ready, and I'm in front of the mirror, and I'm just, I'm Emily on stage, and I'm just helping, and and it's so the stuff, because you're seeing it, and you say, oh, I'm saying that, I don't know. There's just something about doing mirror work that just it's me in the mirror. Thank God,
Yep.
and I have so much fun. Yeah.
Put a silly hat on,
Yeah.
be
Judy,
really
you just
animated.
reminded me. Carrie said, or somebody on the call said right towards the end, that if you play Bach in the background, that Baroque music, and I'm just saying Bach because he's so classic, but any Baroque style music, and there's lots of people from that time period. I love them all. Boccherini, Vivaldi, Bach, those guys. If you play that in the background while you're saying your template, it supposedly has something to do with the math in your brain, that it sets it in deeper. I don't know. I'm probably going to do a little research on that, and it sounded really compelling.
Yeah. So, so for your homework, you want to complete number 4, record yourself, watch Emily Vavra's keynote, without a doubt. And I'll tell you, it's 145 minutes, I think, or 1 hour and 3/4. I don't know. I looked at where it was on the video on Saturday's training, and that's where I found it, right at 1:45 somewhere. And then after that is Kathy Coover's panel discussion. So just be sure and watch that, and check out those breakout sessions, especially Penny, the technology piece. Remember that there's free shipping through the 22nd of July, as long as you order $175. Pardon?
I said I just bought again. That I think that year shipping is such a great deal. And I said I needed to wait a bit because I would have had another 2 weeks here.
Yeah, and if you have free shipping, it's $15 off or something. But if you have an order of 175, and it includes one of or more of the whole blend products, then your shipping is free. So if you haven't already ordered that whole blend, I think it's phenomenal. You're going to want to at least try it. Anything else? Have I forgotten anything? Ariana.
Okay, so Susan Sly in the panel, she talks about something called a Grow Week. And we're all familiar with Power Weeks or Power Hours, right?
Yeah.
Power Week. Oh my gosh, can you imagine a Power Week? That'd be crazy. Okay, so a Grow Week, a Grow Week is where the team has created daily events for those 5 to 7 days. I don't know how long we want to do ours. Oh, I spilled the beans. So what we're going to do with our mastermind is week 8. So we're going to give ourselves the next 3 weeks to like really gear ourselves up, because there's a week of prep. So week 7 will be the prep week. And then week 8, we are going to do something called a Grow Week with all of us. And it's going to be a daily event. So I would say Monday through Friday. We haven't even mentioned this, but maybe we'll do some sort of Zoom thing each day to support the people who are engaging in the Grow Week activities. Because I think each day you do something different, which is kind of fun. It's kind of exciting. And we have so many tools and so many ways of connecting with our current customers and new customers. We're going to be bringing all those tools together, all those hows, and bringing them and showing you how to do them that week. So I want you to mentally get into space that in the next weeks, you're going to start making your list, start thinking of the people you want to reach out to again, and then we'll give you the hows. And we're going to have a lot of fun that week, playing around and just expanding with the entire new event that we have, the whole 2.0 that Isagenix has gifted us.
Madeline.
I just wanted to say, one other thing I heard Susan talk about is, well, and this is what we can do now, right? We can start connecting with those people and just, hi, how are you? What are you up to? How are you doing during COVID? So we can start that now, so that it doesn't look like when Grow Week happens that they're like, oh, she only contacts me because, she's doing a Grow Week. So connect with them now. and start looking like, who have you not talked to? I know for me, there's lots of people that I haven't talked to, and they're probably, I don't know about you guys, but last week I was going a little nuts in the lockdown. so they might be too, and they might need somebody just to call and say, hi, I was thinking about you, or just a text or something. So we
Yeah.
can do that now.
Yeah, and you're going to be able to really stay organized with it with Penny. So
Awesome. Yeah, we can track who we talk to, what they say. Yeah, that's great.
Right. And if you, like register for Penny, which is actually free, like you'll get an email for free training, right? Like a webinar. So Ariana is week 8, August 17, or?
I believe that you are correct.
Okay.
Would we like to do our bingo that week too? I know we had a certain week in mind, but I was just thinking that might want to be part of the Grow Week.
maybe.
Yeah, why not?
All right. All right. Well, we've gone a little over, but it was productive. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you all for your input. This has been great. Let's keep up the good work. Stay on task with creating your new identity, and I know you're all meeting with your coaches throughout the week. So stay in action. Don't hesitate if an opportunity to talk to somebody shows up in front of you. And that can look like a lot of different things. So watch for it. Look for it. Love you guys.
Thank you all.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thanks, Kathy.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.